Okay, hello, welcome to Naya's Ethereal Epiphanies. This is a channel where I talk about my opinions, my thoughts. I turn my thoughts into writing pieces and all the things. So, today's video, I did another video before this and I was saying how it's my first day of work. I'm exhausted, I'm tired, and I was walking back home. And as I started to walk back home, I saw how beautiful the golden hour was. I'm going back. Regardless of how tired I feel. I feel so exhausted. But I said, let me go back and just also use this time to record another video. So, I've been doing lots of like countdown videos, but this one is a real ethereal epiphany. And it's something, I'm just going to just very brief. I want to know, how do you feel about this? So I've been writing a lot for about the past year, off and on, about like reverse retirement, right? So think about this. I've traveled, not the world, but I've traveled a lot. And in the United States, I really feel like we are bamboozled, okay? And I have a story about me using the word bamboozled at work. That's why I love to use it now, because it reminds me of that time. But I feel like we've been bamboozled, okay? Let me explain why. We're taught, especially millennials, okay? I'm not talking about the Gen X's before us. I don't remember. It's Gen X and then baby boomers? I don't know. But yeah. So I was thinking about how we've been bamboozled because as Americans, especially from millennial down, we're constantly taught to focus on retirement and work really hard when you're young and blah, blah, blah. And, you know, that these years, oh, look, a duck. Oh, it's so cute. By the way, you know the other day how I said there's always a duck over there? I think I just realized that it might not be alive. I think that's why I always see it there. I always thought it was like a sitting duck. Like I thought it just happens to come back and sit there. But it's in the same spot, and I think it's like belly up now or something. I don't know, but it makes me sad because I thought about that because I'm seeing that duck. I'm like, that duck is moving. The other one just kind of sits, and I don't think either it's not real or it's not alive. But anyway, yeah. So back to bamboozled America. So yeah, I feel like as Americans, we've been bamboozled because we've been taught to spend our youthful years working hard, multiple jobs, you know, go up the corporate ladder, this and that, get a bunch of money, get a house, car, blah, 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 right? Do all that stuff, and then retire at 65. And then at 65, you can live your life. You can live your best life. You can travel. You can do this. You can do that. And I started thinking about it, okay, a year ago. I have a lot of friends who are older, much older, 60s, 70s, etc. And do you know, when I was traveling, they would say things to me like, oh my gosh, I wish I traveled when I was your age, because now I got gout. Now I got arthritis. Now I'm not as mobile. So me being young, and at one point in time, I was like traveling like via like multiple buses to each and every country. One of my friends said, wow, I wish I would have done that when I was your age, because if I even tried that now, I'd be in so much pain. I wouldn't even enjoy my vacation. You know, either you wait until you're this age and you end up spending a lot more money, or you, at your age, you know, take advantage of the youth pass in Europe and stuff like that. And, you know, and that's what I said to this person. I said, exactly. That's how I feel. I feel like, why not use your most youthful years to travel and explore in X, Y, and Z. Now, okay, the thing with that is that, okay, you think about stability, right? But what if you just work a job that pays the bills, that allows you to travel around? Like, why do you have to be stuck to one place? And so that brings me to my experience in Europe. Something that shocked me is how many people I met at my jobs, each and every job, how many men I met who were my age and only had 1 to 2 years experience. I remember when I first started experiencing this, I was like, is something wrong with y'all? I saw it as a bad thing. I was like, wow, that's horrible. You're this age and you have no experience. But when I really look deep down, and I've been really thinking and pondering on this, is it really that bad? If someone's 26 and they're just starting their first or second real role, I do feel like if that's the case, you should not be in management. Like, just because your age does not mean that you have wisdom and experience. But I think I do believe in this thing that you should. A friend brought up to me and said, oh, so what you're saying is that people under the age of 30 should just explore and live off their parents. I said no. I wasn't even thinking about parents because I never had that. I could never call anybody and be like, hey, I want to travel for a bit. I need a little bit of help. I can't even get help with the basics. So definitely could not get help with traveling and stuff like that. So that didn't even cross my mind when this person said that. I was like, no, well, obviously, if the person especially is over 18, 19, what I think would be ideal is that you spend that time, let's say 6 months in this place, working on a farm, helping an elderly couple. You work and just learn different skills and trades in different places and spend times with different people. And your work while you're traveling funds your traveling. But also, I'm forgetting his name right now, Nathaniel Drew. There are people like him who, I could be wrong. I think I remember him saying once, that he lived in Argentina, he stayed with the family, and it wasn't a great experience for his own reasons. But I mean, like, that can happen too. But that's the thing, is that that's happened to me as well. I've stayed with different families of different backgrounds and have, like, in return cooked for them and stuff like that. And I don't think it's such a bad idea. I think that if you want to expand your mind, explore the world, get to know yourself, I think that you shouldn't wait until you retire at 65 when you're not maybe as mobile, your mind is maybe not as sharp, or maybe all those years you were working so hard tired you out and you're physically exhausted. You don't feel like you can go travel and go somewhere and get on a boat and kayak and this and that. Like, my whole point is not to also discriminate against older people, but it's to say, from my understanding, the times when you're the most healthiest in your life is, I think, 20 to 30. I could be wrong about this. I have to double check. But if that is the case, why would you spend the time when you're at your best health focusing on a job and money and getting more money for what? To say you have a certain label? I mean, again, it's different if you're in a situation where, like, you're working multiple jobs just to afford the basics. But my point is that most Americans, their goal is house, car, this, that, family, etc. But what if you just took 8 to 10 years to just chill and explore things? This would make people more empathetic, more understanding, more loving. That when you're spending your formative years, that's another thing. I always forget if it's 26 for both male and female, but for most people, I believe, from my understanding, the brain, especially for neurotypicals, the brain finishes developing at 26. And I think for neurodivergence, it's 28. I could be wrong. I'll add those things in the description. But my question is this. Should you not spend the years where your brain is finishing developing, should you not spend those years cultivating the best qualities of yourself that you could possibly cultivate? Like, how many people turn 60 and 70 and they've had bad habits for so many years and bad thoughts and a bad mindset, and then they try to change 50, 60, 70, but it's hard to change, right? Because you have already developed your mind, your personality, who you are, how you think. And I could be wrong. I'm not a doctor. I just study and read a lot. But my thing is that the way I feel is that during the years of which your brain is still forming, I really feel like you should spend that time learning and exploring, having experiences, and just trying to be a better person and human being. And I don't feel like you can really do that striving to get and stay at an office job where, you know, all your focus is work and accruing a lot of money as possible. So yeah, that's just a starter, because I like to have a more structured conversation on this, and I have such strong thoughts. I need to make sure, because I haven't really talked out loud like this before, and that's why I did this video. I have thoughts and feelings and observations and questions that I want to share on this subject, because I feel like it's worth thinking about, right? So the whole point of this was thinking about reverse retirement. And it's not really reverse retirement. It's more so of using your youthful years and your most healthy years to become your best self. I'll put it that way. I think that's the best way I can put it for now, and not waiting until retirement to live your life. Like, I can't even tell you how many times I talk to people right now, older people, 60 plus, and they get jealous to hear that I've traveled. And I'm like, but I'm homeless, so what are you jealous about? You got the house, the car, etc. But I've come to realize from having so many older friends that I think those people in their 60s and 70s who are and have the car, have the Mercedes, have the BMW, have the Tesla, whatever, I think those people that have these things, they realize in their 60s and 70s that these are material things. And I think that they feel, I don't know if jealousy is the right word, but that's the way I feel like when I talk to them, I get certain reactions. It's, oh, I never did so and so. And it's, okay, but you could have. You could have, but you were so focused on getting that BMW. You were so focused on getting that BMW just to tell people you got the BMW. You were so focused on getting a large house just to say, oh, look, I made it out the hood. I made it out whatever. Just, you know, I made it out of poverty. I made it out the trailer park, right? Like, you worked so hard and spent your most youthful years working hard towards getting material possessions. And then in your 60s and 70s, you feel regret that you didn't use that time towards having experiences and traveling. Again, there's a plane flying above. Again, this is just my experience, what I've seen happen. This is just my experience from conversations with older folks. If you are in that age range that I'm talking about, please share. Because another thing that I think there was a study done recently that, like, I think a bunch of people in their 80s and 90s were interviewed, especially like before passing and on their deathbed, and most people in the study said they regret spending their youth working extremely hard and not building a family, not spending time with their family, not having experiences. So again, this is just like my initial ethereal epiphany, and I could be wrong on certain things. If I am, I have no problem coming back on and correcting certain things and providing the right information. But from my understanding, there have been studies on this, and no one says on their deathbed, hey, I'm happy that I had that 10-bedroom house and these 4 cars. It made me feel so happy, and not building relationships and experiences. I mean, if there are people out there, like, I'm pretty sure there are, but I think it's probably few. But yeah, I don't know. So anyway, that was just my thought. I don't know. Share what you think. How do you feel? Again, this is something that I'm probably going to talk about a lot more and in a lot more detail about, because I didn't plan to speak about this today. I just realized, like, I had this conversation. I'm like, I want to get this out. I want to talk about this. I want to see what other people think and feel about this as well. And yeah, that's it. So what are your thoughts? Please share in the comments. What are your thoughts on not exactly reverse retirement, but using your youthful years to have experiences and build relationships? Let's put it that way. I think that's probably the easiest way for people to, like, kind of coincide with that or find relation to that. Because I think when you say reverse retirement, I think people can get a little bit, like, combative or get upset and it doesn't sound right. You know, why would you want to do that? So I think that's probably not the right, like, word choice. But maybe, yeah, I think, I don't know, utilizing your youth, or I don't know, optimizing your youth. I'm not really sure. I'll figure it out. Again, that's why I do these ethereal epiphanies. This is me talking things out, figuring things out. And then once I get to a point where I feel like, okay, this is how I want to convey this message, this is how I feel, here's the research that I've done, etc., then this will turn into a long form essay. Of course, I always try to include science-based information, studies, etc. But yeah, that was it for now. Looks like the sun is going down now. This is, I don't know if you can see that. Let me see. This whole area. I love when the golden hour is at its prime or it's over, how all of this just turns like beautiful orange. But yeah, I am, yeah, see, I get so excited about like certain subjects that like I'm so adamant about, because that woke me up. That definitely woke me up, even though I'm really tired. But yeah, anyway, why my face is like a whole pie? It looks like, why does it look like that? Oh, maybe because of the scarf, I don't know. Anyway, yeah, my face, I wonder if I really am having an allergic reaction or something. Because now I'm looking at it, my face looks a little bit swollen too. I don't know. Anyway, thank you for sticking along to the ride, for listening to Naya's Ethereal Epiphanies. I appreciate you being here. I hope, by the way, I'm trying to, like, as much as possible, film with nice scenery in the back. So I hope you enjoy it and listening to me, and, you know, I hope you just enjoy it. That's it. I hope you enjoy, because I love, for example, and I realized I just will never talk like him or like someone like that, because I'm just too ADHD and, you know, I'm just too neurodivergent. But I love Dr. Gooby's video. I got a little crush on it. Okay. Anyway, I love Dr. Gooby's videos. Like, I love when he's like out and he's like talking. He has like the mountains behind him. Or yeah, I just love that so much. And so I want to bring you guys that same experience, even though I'm like always in the same 2 spots. Or 3 spots. No, actually 4 spots I go to. So I hope that you enjoyed this video, and I hope you enjoy the beautiful scenery in the back. And please share your thoughts and feelings on this. I would love to hear. Also, this helps me to incorporate these things into my writing when I have other opinions. Because right now I just have my opinion and a couple of my friends, but I love to know, what do you think? How do you feel? Do you see things differently? Do you feel like, no, the American way is the best way? And maybe do you feel like, you know, hey, I'm in my 60s and 70s, I'm super mobile, you know, the way I was when I was in my 20s. I don't know. However you feel, share it. I love to hear it. And on the next video, maybe I'll incorporate what you say and take it into consideration, and, you know, we'll take it from there. So anyway, have a great day, a great evening, wherever you are. I will see you again soon. I think this Sunday I have my newsletter coming out. So if you're not subscribed, subscribe. NayaMoss.com/OS. And I also have another newsletter, The Contemporary Polymath. So if you like to hear just my thoughts on things, my takes on things, what I'm reading, etc., yeah, just take a look in those 2 places. And I guess the area is getting crowded right now, but yeah, I think before anyone else comes in this area, that was it for now. As I said, have a great day, evening, and see you soon. Bye.